Welcome to the Be Happy Now show. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. I'm Claudia-Sam. If you know that you're here for a bigger reason, this is the place to be. Together, we ditch the self-care guilt and quit the go with less fear and more trust. Tune in to living life in alignment with your full potential. The Be Happy Now show starts now. Welcome to this Be Happy Now show episode on how to sell yourself and your services confidently. And whether you are a service provider like a counselor, a therapist, a coach, or you are having the profession of healing and you're working as a massage therapist, for example, or maybe you are selling beautiful products that help people through a transformation, this is really beneficial for you. I trust that it will be. I will share 5 soul sales steps for you to really anchor into abundance within yourself so that wherever your clients are on their journey to abundance, wherever they are with their money beliefs and their money story, that you don't let your own beliefs and any lack that you might have get in the way of what you offer and the transformation that you and your clients can have together. Okay. So we are also live on Insight Timer. Hence, this is a conversation and I get to see your comments and you get to let me in on any answers that you might have to the questions that I ask throughout this talk. Mars, so you are a coach and you do some healing work. Thank you. Allison, Reiki and intuitive readings. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. The first place I would have you both explore is raise your hand or put an emoji in the chat or tune into that. How many of you have grown up with this belief that to be abundant, you had to work hard and that money doesn't grow on trees? Pretty much the money doesn't grow on trees belief and statement. Did you grow up with that? I 100% did. And that had me, one of the things that contributed to working hard and feeling like I really had to prove through my work by arriving early at work or leaving late that I was good enough, because money didn't grow on trees. So I can't just sit there, right, and wait for money to grow there. That's what you're working on at the moment to release it a bit. Thank you so much for sharing. Chances are that your clients also have this belief. The people you want to work with, the people you know that you're here to support, to elevate the consciousness of the planet, to help transform, whether it's for them to transform in their mindset or in just a way of showing up for themselves. You are here to make this beautiful impact from a loving place. And if you have these beliefs, they might have it too. Okay. Continuing, let's look at the word selling. Notice in your body, if I say this word or you read the word sell or selling, does it trigger anything in you? Does it feel like, oh my God, I'm going to be sold to? Or maybe there's like this connotation of really negativity, or maybe there's an experience that you had around the word selling that actually limits you now. And I'm curious, I'd love to hear what it's like for you when you hear that word or when you see it around you. I had someone the other day tell me, oh, I don't want to see it as selling my services. I want to get better at attracting the exact ideal clients that I want to work with, but I don't see it as selling my services. I see it as it's a transformation that they get. 100%. They get a transformation. And what have you been making selling mean for you? What have you been making selling mean for you or about you? That's a curious question you get to tune into, okay? What about the word spending? What's your way of being around spending? Is it like frugal? You have to keep it, you have to save it, pile it, never touch it? Does it feel like, oh, you can only spend on something that brings you joy or something that makes sense or something that you will for sure get a return and a guarantee on your investment? And there's nothing wrong here. We're not looking to judge what's going on with your relationship around selling and spending. Rather, what we're doing is we're spotlighting that if these words are maybe triggering for you, or they might be a little bit anchored in lack, that might be true for your clients too. And when we're talking about selling our services confidently, we get to do the work ourselves, to explore that within ourselves, within our inner landscape. So that when we're in conversations with the client, we're not projecting our fears and our lack beliefs onto them. And we can kind of know, hey, are those mine or are those my clients' fears and beliefs? Does that resonate with you? I'd love to tell you about my client, Amy. Wow. Amy and I met in April of 2023. And one of the most beautiful examples that I want to share with you. So Amy is a financial advisor with a background in business law. And in April, she opened her student debt loan payment platform so she can make her regular monthly payments. There was $190,000 left to pay. And to her surprise, the balance was at $0. $190,000 left to pay, down to $0. Now, if we try to explain to our mind that this can happen, the mind is like, yeah, right, that doesn't happen. That's not, there's a glitch, there's something wrong, it can't happen. Does that resonate with you? So actually, it can happen. And that is when we play in the realm of possibility. When we embody that confident self, who we are deeply, when we embody that version of us, connected to the divine light of the truth of who we are, we open up. We're like a vessel. We're open to these miracles. And P.S., a miracle can also be just shifting from feeling like spending is hard and you can't do it to actually spending is easy because I know what works with me, what is my way of spending. Okay. A miracle is an expression of love. That is what A Course in Miracles says. So because you are an expression of love, you are a miracle. You get to just turn the light on and open yourself up to receive that. And that's what Amy did. What I didn't tell you is that Amy spent all of her life, especially motherhood, in people pleasing, like keeping herself busy, avoiding really to know who she really is outside of her mother identity. Who here feels like that? I'm raising my hand, but I'm not a mom. When she burned out, she realized that she no longer wanted to live that way, which is understandable, right? She got that she mattered, that it was time for her to change her mindset, that she was ready to uplift her energy, that it was ready for her to start prioritizing herself. And it was when she made that decision that this miracle came into her life. So what I'm saying is that it's all about an energy exchange. And selling is the same thing. Hear me when I say that. Selling is the same thing. It's an energy exchange. It's not a transaction. You can see it that way. And it's an energy exchange. Okay. When I met Amy, it was at when I was a speaker at the She Can conference in Chicago. I spoke on how to get out of the head and into the heart. And Amy is now part of my Tune In program to help women access who they really are, reconnect with their soul self, raise their confidence to consistently make decisions that are empowering for them. So, like Amy is working on switching from her full-time job to her financial advising business without the old go, go, go energy, no burnout included, and with full confidence in her expertise. And I wanted just to share the process that I took Amy through of selling with Amy, of this energy exchange with selling, because I was at stand in my confidence. I was at stand in my confidence for her confidence, in my worthiness for her worthiness. Do you see what I'm saying here? I held space for her to tap into possibility of never burning out again. And it just so turned out that I'm offering what I'm offering is one of the ways that she decided to tune into, to use, to tap into, to be her own inner guide to peace and to tuning into who she really is. So it's all an energy. Do you see that? Do you get what I mean? Okay. Are you ready for the 5 soul sales steps? I thought that these might be really useful for you to confidently sell yourself and your services without feeling, again, like you're wasting time with potential clients who are not a fit, who don't hold themselves worthy enough to get what you have, to live the life that they want, and who again, with someone who doesn't see the value in the transformation that they want or in what you offer. Hi, Rose. Okay. Let's see. Am I forgetting pieces of this? I think we are good. The first step, now you can note those down. And by the way, this, because it's all about energy, you get to be a match energetically with what you offer and the transformation level that you offer, the experience that you offer. I created a list of 22 affirmations for confidence that help you ramp up your energy there. So if ever you want that, it's free. You can just reach out to me on Facebook, Messenger, or on Instagram. Find me there at Coach Claudia-Sam and just share the word, what's the word? High vibe. Okay, high vibe, keyword high vibe, and I'll share with you the 22 affirmations for confidence. Step number 1. Tune into your beliefs. Okay. My Tune In program group is currently at $650 a month. Okay, US. I checked in with my beliefs around money, and I would not have charged these amounts if I didn't believe in the transformation that I offer. If I had a block about charging that, I would not have anybody in my program. I believe it's worth way more than that. And I'm ramping up my belief so that the more I believe in it, the more I can charge and the more I can receive. So I checked in with my beliefs around money there. I'm going to leave you 1 minute to tune into my 2 questions that I will share with you. What are beliefs that you have around money that are not serving you? You get to close your eyes and breathe here. What are beliefs that you have around money that aren't serving you? Just let yourself be with this. Another way to find out what are the beliefs that you have around money is to tune into, when do you think or say or do things that support thoughts like, this is too expensive, there isn't enough energy. They're very subtle. I hear women in person here when they talk about going to yoga classes, for example, and how expensive it is. What I see is actually not being healthy and feeling anxiety and depression are very expensive. So $20 to $25 to go to a yoga class is in value way less than what it's worth to me. That's what I choose to believe. So what are beliefs that you have around money that aren't serving you? And maybe you just want to tune into what the beliefs around money are that you have at the moment. And then you can kind of go, okay, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to declutter it and see which ones actually don't serve me. Nikki, you're saying that believing that money isn't fluid is one of your beliefs. Thank you for sharing. It is. You can have it all one day and it can be gone the next. Okay. Thank you. Here's something I'd like to touch on. What you're sharing, Nikki, is that this is when we play in possibility. All possibilities exist in the sense that, yeah, you can have a lot and then you can have less. And which one are you going to put your attention to? Which one will you choose to give the most focus on or to? Yeah, does that make sense? Okay, moving on. Step number 2 is envision the transformation. Step number 1 was about checking in with your beliefs around money. Because if you have those beliefs, chances are your clients do too. And when they use the objection that they don't have enough money, they have these fears, and you get to use your superpower to coach them on that, to support them. Energy in is energy out in your business too. So step 2, envision the transformation. What transformation does your client want? Do they dare talk about what's possible? Right? And what transformation do you offer? Do both match? The transformation that your client is looking for and the transformation that you offer, do they match? Sometimes in sales conversations, I see so often the energy of, my services and my products are the best. This is the only way. Why aren't people taking me up on it? Wait, but did you check in with what they're looking for? So envision the transformation. A Course in Miracles says, no one who lives in fear is truly alive. So if someone is looking for a transformation like Amy, discovering who they really are, their identity outside of motherhood, if they don't dare to embody or talk about the possibility of that new identity, there might be a fear of success. There might be a fear of being that new version because of the things that might have to be let go. No one who lives in fear is truly alive. Therefore, do you want to work with someone who's in fear and not ready to get the results that they can get because they're so anchored in fear? P.S. You can coach people on that. Even if you're not a coach, you can address that, which takes me to step number 3. Address the elephant in the room. Addressing the elephant in the room means if they have a fear, name it. Have them name it. Be with it. Another way to see this clearly is body language. When was the last time you were in a conversation with someone and you could just see like they're fidgeting, they're doing something else, they're on the phone, so you hear that they're doing something else, they're not present? That tells you maybe a lack of commitment. We don't have to jump to conclusions all the time, and we can use that as a way to address the elephant in the room. Hey, I'm noticing that there might be distractions around. Is this the right time to have this conversation? instead of holding on so tightly the fact that you want a sale and that you need to put your product out there, your service out there and sell, make the pitch. I was once in a conversation with someone who they invited me into this free session, which I took them on. I took them up on it and I was so excited. And then by the end of the call, there was no asking for permission. There was no checking in with me about what I experienced in that free session in that moment. There was just a one-way communication, like a monologue of this is what they offer. And I felt like there was like this word vomit. I was not included in the conversation. There was no addressing of the elephant in the room. I feel like I am also like talking so fast now because I know we have a short amount of time. So thank you for bearing with me as you receive that. And I trust that what you get to receive and what gets to be coming into your energy gets to make its way there. We are now at step number 4, which is get curious about their beliefs. We talked about step 1, what are your beliefs around money? Now, step 4 is what belief might they have about getting what they want? So step 3 was addressing the elephant in the room, the body language, the distraction, the resistance with like crossed arms. That tells you maybe you don't get to go further in the conversation. Maybe you don't spend your time making a pitch and you address that. Hey, what's really going through your mind? I'm curious. I'm sensing an energy of resistance here. What's that about? Get curious. Be the human. So in step 4, if you get through that, then you get to go, okay, what is the belief that they might have about getting what they want? In other words, what might be scary or daunting about investing in your services? Another question that is very powerful when you're not sure if they're really committed. Do they hold themselves worthy enough to get what they want? Do they hold themselves worthy enough to get what they want? This could also look like, do they trust in their own capacity to do the work, be there for themselves, and get the results that they want? And sometimes I see it all the time. Sometimes they mix worthiness and trust. They are just the same. Can you trust yourself to do the work? No, but I'm worthy. I'm worthy of change. Yes. And you believe that this is something that you can get, that you can live, that you can experience in your life or just other people. Okay. If they don't hold themselves worthy enough to get what they want, to do the work, to take 100% responsibility in their transformation, you stop there. Say, thank you so much. I have some referrals. I have some free resources. You don't make a pitch. Does that resonate with you? We're almost there. Step number 5 is asking for permission. Asking for permission. You can say, if you're not sure where their commitment is, you can say, like I do sometimes, I work with women who are ready and willing to work on themselves and who know that they are capable of getting those results, and I will cheer them on. Is that you? When it comes to step number 5, asking for permission, if they say, yes, that's me, great. Would you like to hear how that can look like? Yeah. You can ask for permission to share the vision that you see for them. So it's not just about the thing, okay? This is often what I see is the loophole in sales when it comes to services for heart-centered entrepreneurs, is that they make it about their program, the method, the modality. There's this amount of calls, this amount of time. on this type of platform with these people from these dates to that date. It doesn't matter. The transformation, which was step number 2, what transformation do they want? That's what they're buying. Okay? Because that's what they're buying. You get to listen through the whole conversation. You get to listen and take on all that beautiful information. Remember their words. And then when you ask for permission to share the vision that you have for them, you can retain top 3 of this is what they wanted, like 1, 2, 3 of things that they wanted. And then envision, paint the picture with them. And everyone is responsible for saying yes or saying no. You are not responsible for their response. You are responsible for holding them accountable and for holding them worthy to get what they want, especially if they're saying that they're willing to hold themselves worthy enough. Yeah, you're holding space. Does this guarantee a yes? Not at all. You get to lean back. You get to see them, hear them, and they will feel that. Energy out is energy in. Thank you so much for being here in this container of exploration to sell yourself and your services confidently. And notice where the confidence is in all of this. The more you trust in your clean energy slate of there's no beliefs of lack in your way, you touch on exactly what you see. There's no hide and seek here of what you offer and what their fears are. You're just addressing the elephant in the room. Like, this gives you confidence because there's nothing to hide. You just get to be fully yourself and be of service. Hold space for them. Be there for them. And let them be at choice for what they deem is 100% good for them. Please let me know how this was supportive for you and what you're learning and getting from that. And I'm curious if for some of you who are not entrepreneurs, what you're getting. Are you willing to see that there are people out there who are there, yes, to sell and to contribute to the highest good of all, especially caring about you? This is it. There's so many people who are afraid to be sold to. And that's a way to see things. That's one of their beliefs that can be in the way. And what if selling is being of service? Are you willing to see it that way too? Let's take a breath in together. And out. Thank you. Again, this conversation can segue really well into vibrating high in your energy, raising your energy frequency so that you can be a match for exactly the transformation that you offer your clients. And when you vibrate there, you are a match. Your energies match, and it's beautiful, and miracles happen. I see it all the time. If you want my list of 22 affirmations for confidence, find me on Facebook, send me a messenger on Instagram as well at Coach Claudia-Sam, and just send me the keyword high vibe, and I'll share with you the 22 affirmations for confidence. Thank you so much for being here.
You've been listening to the Be Happy Now show with me, Claudia-Sam. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. You are worthy of being you and of connecting to what stops you from living the life you are meant to live. Access more soul connection coaching at claudiasamcoaching.com.